All right, let's talk about some fantasy plays, DFS or standard. Or you want to talk about PPR? We'll talk about that too. You know what PPR is. It just means most times, depending on the league, standard league, it's no PPR. There's no PPR in the standard league, but sometimes it's a half point per perception. That's what I mean per point per perception, or commissioner can make it a month, not a month. Excuse me. He can make it a point, a whole point, or whatever. So that is what it is. But let's talk about some plays in this game. So the Lions start with the 49ers, right? Most people are going to take the defense. I think the defense is probably the lock. We'll talk about that later, but it might be the lock. You get points for sacks, you get touchdown for picks. You also, most situations you take the special teams. Also, everything outside the kicker, turnovers, touchdowns, fumble recovery, stuff of that nature. So, you talk about them. The defense is the first thing that stand out. But the hard thing about this right here is they use a plethora of running backs. So that's why the running back, that's why the running back in the lock, right? Because he might sit there and get all them yards. Raheem Morrison might get all them yards, and then Trey Sermon might get the touchdown, or Jermichael Hasty or Elijah Mitchell, or they might give it to Kyle Jaceki, the fullback. He may get it. So they use multiple backs. I think you get like 1 point for 10 yards, depending on what you use. But the touchdowns bring 6 points, and those are the big ones, the long runs and the touchdowns. So I think you play Raheem Morster with some type of you play him with some type of a little bit of caution, but he known to break off long runs. So if you get one where he breaking into the house, you're gonna get major points with him. So when I talk about the 49ers defense, I'm talking about, secondly, I'm talking about the running back, Morster and the running backs, right? That's what I'm talking about. So you always get injured though, because you run right up straight. You run upright, but he's a good pick, and keep going on. Then you talking about Deebo Samuels and Brandon Ayuk, and maybe you talking about Mohamed Sanu as a value pay. If you don't have nobody, you gotta get somebody off the waiver wire. The value play here on the 49ers side is Mohamed Sanu. Like the cheap value guy, if you ain't got that many points, you don't have that much FanDuel money going. You don't have that much FanDuel money. You gotta get somebody that's cheap. Mohamed Sanu might bring you 10 points, maybe bring you a little bit more. But he probably, maybe if you lucky, he can run a 10-point mark. Former Lions always come back and kill Lions. But as far as Ayuk and Deebo Samuels, I think they got really good matchups. They shifty small receivers, so we got them big long receivers. We used to, getting, they used to really, taking advantage down the field, getting the, they used to getting the jump balls and the rangy receivers, but they both good plays. Samuel's coming off an injury. I probably favor Ayuk. Second year, I think he make that jump, but both of them probably bring you a touchdown or so, maybe bring you more. So I think they both good plays, but another good play is Jimmy Garoppolo. Cheap, maybe still out there. He might be a good play as well too. Won't bring you no rushing yards, but with the Lions defense, he may pick them apart on play action. So really good plays. If I'm fading something here, out of all of them, if I'm fading something, they all look pretty good. I'm probably fading. All good. Oh, George Kittle's as well. I forget about George Kittle. George Kittle's, he got a great matchup on the Lions linebackers. He can have a monster day. He's a great pick too. But if I'm fading anything, it's probably gonna be a receiver because I think they have a lot of success. But I think they get in the end zone, so a lot of great matchups here. If I'm fading anything, it's probably Garoppolo. I'm probably fading Garoppolo. But you know, he ain't a huge fantasy quarterback, but he might have a big day with Kittles. Is you know, they might have a big day, but you know, really good team. So if I had to rank them as far as you know, points, you know, probably offensively, probably Kittles. Probably the defense first, but I'd probably say Kittles. Not Kittles. The running back, Morstert. But like I said, some caution with him sharing carries. Kittles, Ayuk, and maybe Jimmy Garoppolo. But really good plays. I probably fade Jimmy Garoppolo if I had to fancy somebody. But they all great matchups. You can play Jimmy Garoppolo, great value quarterback. You can fade Garoppolo if you want to. I think he have a good day too. But I had to pick somebody to fade. It probably would have been Jimmy Garoppolo. So you got Detroit Lions. Not a lot of great plays on paper because there's a lot of unknowns. We don't know how it's gonna go. I think, you know, if you're talking about fading, I think all the fades come on the Detroit Lions side of the ball. You know, a lot of people starting to fade DeAndre Swift because of the injury, but he make a lot of hay. He make a lot of his hay in the passing game too. So if you're in the PPR league, DeAndre Swift probably your guy. He's probably your guy, 100 grand, right hand and left hand, your man. So he probably make a lot of sense PPR wise, but like I said before, it's just to the point where right on paper, it's not a lot of great plays. Honestly, you're not gonna play the defense, special teams. I mean, Hawkinson might be a solid pick, but he worth a lot of money on regular though. But if you got Hawkinson, you gotta play him on standard. Gonna be without Taylor Decker. So I mean, honestly, man, if I had to lock somebody in to start, it'd probably be DeAndre Swift. Value play probably gonna be Jamal Williams. That's about it. You know, now if you're talking about the garbage time, I might cook up some things, but I'm definitely not playing the defense. And maybe another might be a semi surprise. Khalif Raymond really is starting, which it says unofficial. It can comply about communications. If Raymond's truly starting, maybe you take a flyer on him, but I don't think he really started though. But honestly, only plays I'm playing is Swift and Hawkinson. If Jared Goff light him up, he light him up. But Swift and Hawkinson and Williams, and maybe I take a flyer on one of the receivers, but everybody else, I'm fading. Not fading, man, until further notice. So only people I'm playing is maybe if you like a receiver, there you go. The only people I'm thinking about playing is Swift, or receivers, Williams, and Hawkinson. Them the only ones. Them the only ones I'm dreaming about playing. But let me know what you guys think. A little bit of fantasy advice. Don't forget you can make a donation. Cash App CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Do appreciate everybody that support the channel. If you want to support us more, thumbs up, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Check out Detroit Lions playlist. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. You can reach out if you have business question, inquiry, response, or video requests. Appreciate the love and support. One time for the one time. Marcy Sports Talk. Peace.